Turning to the Travers, Always Dreaming jumped to a big one in Florida and ran even bigger in the Derby. The bounce that followed was no surprise, but the severity of it was. His return was mediocre, and since Pletcher usually gets big figures from fresh horses, we're inclined to think an immediate return to his top is unlikely. Cloud Computing ran much better than it looked when wide in the wood, and won the Preakness just by basically pairing up. We don't like his return, though, especially the way the rest of Chad's horses have been running, and there are several faster horses here. Fayek has been marching forward, and his last puts him in range here. 2 pluses. The dam side pedigree is obviously very strong, and several Kieran trainees have run new tops recently. Gervin broke through with a new top at Thistledown and went forward again to win the Haskell. The 2 big ones represent a lot of development in a short time, and we think they will take something out of him and cause him to regress. Giuseppe the Great is solid, but slow relative to these. Good Samaritan was a very good grass 3-year-old, but he exploded last time when he switched to dirt. We're inclined to think it wasn't just the surface, because he was already a good on turf, and we think the big jump is going to take something out of him here. Gunnevera jumped to an enormous figure for a March 3-year-old in the Fountain of Youth, then reacted to it, but didn't completely collapse. After being freshened, he came back with a nice prep that could have him set now for his best again. The last time they brought this horse to Saratoga, he ran a big new top. And if he runs back to his top now, he has a big shot at a big price. IRAP exploded when he got to Keeneland, bounced to the sky in the Derby, then moved forward in Ohio. His last was a new top earned with a wide trip in Indiana, and he's had 6 weeks to recover. This horse is fast on his best, and while he might bounce, he'll be a price. Looking at Lee, moved forward last time, but would need a new top to contend, and is too heavily raced to make that likely. McCracken has never gone back, with each figure as good or better than the one before it. He was overrated early, but might be a little underrated now, and looks to be coming up to a good one. Taprit gradually improved this spring, broke through in the Belmont, and has been freshened since. He only has one effort that makes him competitive, but Pletcher horses have been running, and this is another fast enough to win. West Coast ran figures in his last 2 that put him right in this, but the key thing here is that the recent Baffert runners that shipped to New York have all run new tops, and if this one does, he will be very tough. The bottom line is that this is one highly competitive edition of the Travers. For us, what's of interest is not who we like, but who we don't like. The winners of the Derby, Preakness, Jim Dandy, and Haskell. The 2 most likely to run well are West Coast and McCracken, and we can use Taprit, IRAP, and Gunnevera with them, though Gunnevera and Fayek were hurt by the draw.